everyone. Hi, I'm Cedric.
I'm Dorothy.
I'm Alfonso.
And we are Group 5.
Did you know that 50.4% of the world's population is male and 49.6% is female?
Did you know that the world population is growing 1.10% per year? So first, we need to identify what is demography. Demography is understanding of issues related to population and the consequences. Demography defined as the study of a territorial distribution of a population changes. The components of such changes which may be identified as natality, mortality, territorial movements, and social mobility. In this demography, they will study the population, they study the information about how many the female and male in our global. Furthermore, a global demography is getting an information to get the rate of a birth and a death of a population in this world. They having studies in conducting a researches to identify what years has a many rate of a death and what years has a many rate of a birth. And they can identify what year has a many fertility or what year has the decreasing population or increasing population.
Did you know that the father of demography is John Grant on 1620 to 1674? Demography studies the following. The first one is population size. This is the number of people in a country. The second one is population growth. Changes in the number of people in given geographic area over time. The third one is population processes. Fertility, mortality, and migration. The fourth one is factors related to population processes. This is disease and socioeconomic characteristic related to mortality, family formation, labor force, participation, government policies related to fertility. The fifth one is population distribution. This is geographic distribution such as among states or between rural and rural areas. The sixth one is population structure, age and sex composition. And last but not the least, the population characteristics, education, income, labor force, participation, mortal, membership.
The first one is the aggregation approach. It is look at the components of population change. It deals with microsocial demographic processes. For example, the role of birth, death, migration in populations. The second one is the causal or micro behavior. It is the causal factors or behavior mechanism that lead to the decision that people make. It investigates why people have children, their motivation, or the factors lead them to such a decision.
Now we will go to the theories of a global demography and population growth. So we have three theories here. The first one is the theory of Confucius, the second one is the theory of Plato, and the third theory is from Aristotle. So first, I must focus on Confucius. Confucius is from 500 BC. In this theory, the population is small. So why small? So Confucius believed that a large population will help our society more powerful and more productive. The more people, the more population, the more our economic will enhance. So after the Confucius theory, we will tackle about the second theory, which is the Plato's theory from 400 BC. So in this theory, it was the opposite theory of Confucius. Plato believed that the population should not grow or shrink rapidly. Why? So because a rapid population would lead to a social disruption. So he believed that if there's a lot of population, the social will get a disruption. When we say disruption, this will take disadvantages to the population. You know, when the country is overpopulated, it was so troubled. Furthermore, in this latest theories, fertility limitation is acceptable in order to slow the growth of the population. So we will already tackle the theories of Confucius and Plato. We will now be tackled to last but not the least, it's from Aristotle. So Aristotle is from 350 BC, and in this theory, he believes that a population should be limit its growth. So why Aristotle believes that we need to limit our population growth? It's because if population is too large, it could disrupt the democratic governance, just like in the Philippines and China. We are overpopulated and we are a democratic country. And furthermore, it's hard to believe that abortion could be needed to limit the population growth. Just like in China, they're having abortion, they're aborting their own child, because they were overpopulated. So that was the last theory of the population growth in demography. Now we'll tackle about the demographic transition theory of our global demography. So Frank Note 16 developed the demographic transition theory. It discusses the history of a demographic changes globally.
Stage 1. Pre-industrial society. The death and birth rates in this stage are very high and balanced. Stage 2. Early transition. The death rates are reduced because of modern medicine. Stage 3. Late transition. Birth rates start to fall with advances in medicine and contraceptive methods and increased awareness through health education while birth because of contraceptives. Stage 4. Post-transition, the birth and death rate are very low.
We are now here at the last part of our lesson for today, which is the Bandika argues. So in Bandika argues, there are 3 phases. So the first one phase is the structural changes, and the second one is the cultural changes, and the third one is the technological changes. So first we will focus in the structural changes. So we are now living in a modern world. So almost everything is all modernized. So from the structures, from the education, the expansion of education, and the industries, how they enhance their own process on how our society works. For example, from modernization, the Jollibee and the McDo has their own uniqueness now. They having a modern service of delivering their items, delivering their food on the home. And we have here the expansion of the higher education, which is the K-12. So in this cultural changes, there's a lot of secularization, the rise of individual value, the importance of self-expression and self-fulfillment. So here, you can be the change you want to see in the world. Yes. Here, it's important to express yourself. So the last but not the least, the technological changes. So from the word itself, technology. Technological. Yes, this is the adaptation of a modern contracepting of the advances in assisted reproduction from the explosion of a new information technology. For example, we have a lot of the technology that we can use in this world. We have the internet, we have the enhancement of railroad, we have the phone services in short.
You cannot control your own population by force, but it can be distracted by consumption.
It is very easy to add on the numbers, but the hard task is to maintain it all. Take a stand and stop the overpopulation of our Earth.
Instead of controlling the environment to benefit our population, Maybe we should need to control the population to ensure the survival of our environment.